Hi there, Charlie here. I want to complain. Do you want to hear me complain? Do you like that? Is that fun content? I mentioned in yesterday's vlog that it was a conversation with PNC about Mabel was not a no, but a not right now. And I'm just, when things don't make sense, look at me, I'm putting you on a stand so that, sorry about that. You know what would have been funny, and I might not have noticed it for a while, is if I had just kept talking without the recording going. That's happened before. I was specifically told, I was specifically told, we looked, there was one suitable housing accommodation, but the person who shares that trailer was not interested in a dog, and there's nowhere else that we have because in certain available units right now, there could be a future person who comes in with allergies to dogs. And so the one place we did look that was approved or acceptable for animals, we can't infringe upon the other person living there. It sounds like a reasonable argument, right? Obviously. The unit in question that was the only available unit is one that is riddled with black mold and walls and floors that are deteriorating and rotting to an alarming degree. I have not seen it personally, but I know the person that spent the first half of their time here at Omega living in that. The same kind of conditions that people previously have sued Omega for. Like, the reason there are tiny houses in the trailer park is because of a lawsuit, because of the kinds of housing conditions that this person was living in. That is the only available unit that they would have put myself and Mabel into, which I would not have taken because black mold is very dangerous. I don't understand why there's a second person in that same trailer. I don't understand why they just allowed for anyone to be in that trailer ever. It needs to be condemned. And I have seen the trailers. There's a bathroom in the center and like gaps in the top and bottom of any doorway. You're breathing mold spores. Like, dangerous mold spores. And I think what bothered me the most, though, is the almost talking downness that I've absolutely seen here already from PNC. Basically talking to me like I am a naive child, which, okay. I don't understand that argument because that argument is very illogical based on their behaviors. Why would you prioritize a potential future person who might have a dog allergy over a highly reviewed superstar employee that you have in crisis and in need? I've been suicidal for a month here. That is my own shit, but being here does not help with that. It really doesn't. This is a very difficult place to live and work. It is. The phrase, "it's hard but rewarding," is used a lot here by a lot of people. And the people who make decisions, many of them were never seasonal staff, and they do not live on campus. They're year-round, they're salaried. I'm pretty sure that they don't pay for the food in the dining hall like I have to. I have to pay for 3 meals a day, even if I don't eat 3 meals in there. And I kind of don't. I've been skipping meals. It's been great for weight loss, but I'm angry. I do understand. Mabel is not a certified anything because I have not taken the time and resources required to do that because I haven't had a need to until now. Could I have done all of that before I got here? I suppose technically, but I had about a month between getting hired and moving here. And I thought I would be okay. I thought I could handle it because I'd never lived and worked at a place like this before. This is a fairly unique situation. And I do know PNC's opinion on my opinion of like, please just fucking help me. This place is kind of hurting me. And that is, well, maybe this just isn't the place for you. I have not had that conversation with them personally. I just know that that is their stance when there is a problem with the living situation here. And I am angry. Recent events and the timing of some whatever the fuck I'm doing romantically right now, to be completely honest with you, is the saving grace today and yesterday. Guys got great timing because my last 24 hours have been so filled with crying. Just because I had put the little hope that maybe I could have my central nervous system regulation tool that I've been training for a year and a half finally fucking with me. And I don't know. I am a bundle of anxiety right now, and everything in me is popping off, and I have to go into work tonight, and there is no such thing as having a bad day in guest services. I can't do it. I can't have a bad day. I have to be on, available, helpful, kind, compassionate. Do you have any idea what we do in there when people come in frazzled as fuck? They came to a place to heal. We are often, maybe not the first, but frequently, at least some of the first, we're definitely the main place that anyone goes with any issue. We're expected to be miracle workers sometimes, which is shocking to me. Anyone who works customer service knows that. That's just life in it. And yeah, sure, maybe I'm sounding like I'm making it to be way more important than it is. I just know that I work really, really hard, and I do a really good job. The proof is in the responses that we get from participants. I am personally named dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I haven't counted because I feel weird seeing it. Comments make me feel weird, okay? But I've been named many times, and if not named, the person in the rainbow hoodie. I kept the rainbow part, just a little more sepia toned for this particular iteration of my fashion. And I'm not willing to tell anyone at PNC that I've been suicidal because I completely think that I would be put into a fucking psych ward again, because that shit has happened before. Not because of work, but I don't know how these people work. I just know that they infantilize. And they tell me things or tell anyone things that someone could potentially have an allergic reaction to a dog in the future who would be in that space. As if cleaning it were some sort of nebulous impossibility. Meanwhile, a literal mold-ridden and floor-falling-out room, they put a piece of fucking plywood there when her bed sank through the floor, like her third week here, that they didn't fucking do anything about until like last week. She finally fucking got to move and has been washing everything that she owns because it smells awfully moldy. I get that this is the Hudson Valley, I get that there's mold here. That doesn't mean that your employees should be living in places where mold and decay are just part of it. Once again, I will reiterate, they have been sued for this in the past. They don't fucking care. That felt really good to say out loud. That felt really good to say out loud. Because the other piece of it, and it only came at the end of the conversation, and it was short, and you know what, I was polite and I didn't push back, didn't anything. I was just like, okay, well, thank you for trying, because I know how to just get through the thing. And then I had to fucking go back to work and be pleasant and nice and helpful for the rest of my fucking shift. There was basically just a, oh, and by the way, when we have these accommodation requests, or when we have requests for changes, or requests for this or that, basically you need a doctor's note. It was, well, but it wasn't a required thing. It was just sort of a, you'll definitely get prioritized if you have a doctor's note that specifies a blah 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 and a blah blah blah. Can anyone with a fucking pulse please appreciate how fucking difficult it is to get any kind of note from mental health professionals sometimes, depending on who it is you need to see? I had a therapist in Connecticut. I managed to find one. She did not know about dissociative identity disorder very much, but she did know about near-death experiences and spiritual stuff, and that was good enough for me. She's why I'm here. She's been a participant here. She recommended coming here. I agreed with that recommendation because it got us unstuck from Connecticut, and I will forever be grateful for that. And before we left, I did ask her if she would write me some sort of ESA accommodation letter so that I could give it to our new apartment building, so that maybe we could just not have to pay pet rent in addition to the mortgage and this and this and this. And she knew how fucking strained we were, and she knew how desperate we were, and she did know what I had done with Mabel, what was going on. Mabel was part of our sessions. She fucking knew. And she told me, I don't do those. I don't do those letters. They can come back to bite me. I can get my license, whatever. I have not even looked for a therapist because I have moved to New York. This is a different state. Every fucking time you move states, you can't take your therapist with you. Some states have reciprocity. Some therapists do the reciprocity thing. Guess what? It's not always relevant. I am a person who has dissociative identity disorder, autism, ADHD. I am not a person that most therapists want to touch. And doctors have traumatized the shit out of me because the moment they hear DID, they throw me in a psych ward despite what is actually going on. Ever. Just get a doctor's note is not nearly as easy as you fucking think it is. Not to mention, even if all of that was normal, it still takes a really long time to go fucking find and get a doctor. There are companies online I can pay $200 and get a little ESA certification for. I don't believe that shit any more than anybody else does. If that's the thing that you need, fucking tell me that that's the thing that you need. I'll go buy it and I'll give it to you. But I didn't ever get one of those things because they seem fucking stupid and irrelevant, and I don't like adding to problems. ESAs are real needs. Service animals are their own classification. I don't currently know what to do. I am overwhelmed at the thought of researching what to do because I do not know if I will be able to take actions on any of it right now, right here, or right anything because of how absolutely at the depths of my everything I am. And at this stage, I don't want to quit because I would rather be angry and do something like this about it and just fucking see if I get fired for it somehow, because I kind of want to be. Mainly just for the story. I'm a great employee. I have never been fired. I've never even been reprimanded. There's so many of us in here Every single moment of every single day is always fucking discussed at the end of the day, and then we course correct and do better. We had a fucking conversation in our meeting yesterday. Fucking 20 minutes of our together time was taken up by PNC being like, by the way, be aware of conversations that you happen to have around participants and notice if they're uncomfortable about it. We're fucking guest services. You think that we don't spend all of our work time and not work time being aware of how we are around guests? Fuck you. Fuck you for thinking you need to have that conversation with us. Have the conversation with the teams that actually did it. Jesus. I'm just angry. I'm angry at the reasoning. If you want to just say we don't do dogs here and you don't have a strong enough case for us to have one because you don't have the stupid ESA letter, so guess what? Go get the ESA letter and we'll talk. Then tell me that. Don't make me wait 2 weeks only to come in and tell me that, well, technically, based on a total past experience that I could pull up with more specific information, but I'm just gonna put out there. I'm a fucking Akashic record reader. You think I don't know when you're bullshitting me? You think I don't know when you pull shit out of the air? I see where you pull it from. Yes, have there been experiences of people being like, oh God, the allergies or whatever? Uh-huh. How many cats are on this fucking campus? There are cats in trailers, a lot of them. They're cute. I love that they're here. Not a single dog. I think this is just a dog hate place. I think I just don't like dogs here. Which I have a problem with. And had I known it was that anti-dog, that would have been a very serious consideration and a very, very, very big red flag for me. And at this point, I don't want to leave just because I want to see how much more fucked it's going to get here. That was hyperbole. A lot of really cool things happen here, but I want to see what happens with my anger here. Because this is going to be the extent of it as far as I know. And slightly complaining to other people who are kind and willing to listen to me. I don't feel like anything about me is taken seriously here. Or I actually really don't. And I'm hurt and I'm upset and I don't know how to talk to my boss because I don't appreciate the trust, the institution bullshit that will inevitably come out of her. I love and respect her, but I'm angry. I'm angry and I am kind of worried about myself. Mainly just because I have finally started to feel like I'm building relationships for real here. And I am sorry to everyone that hates dogs, but some of us just... I get it. Use all the other tools that I've spent a fucking lifetime acquiring. Use the fact that I have started, I don't know, having some level of physical intimacy with another person be helpful. But you know what? I don't want to rely on some guy I don't know very well. Or any, like, other human, because humans have just hurt me so much. She has never... Okay, I am overdue to get my laundry out of the washing machine. I need to probably just... And I don't know what else is going to be happening today, but I'm going to let this just be its own video, because that's how I feel today. That is where my energy is. That's where my anger is, because I have tried to be the absolute best employee, coworker, friend, co-living person here I can possibly be in every goddamn moment, and I am willing to put forth the effort, and I told them that, for whatever it is that they needed, including going to the terrible, traumatizing places and getting the stupid pieces of paper from the people that spent time getting their stupid pieces of paper with their names on them. I would be willing to do that, but I'm not willing to put myself through that unless I can actually have a fucking reassurance, and that is not what I got. I didn't get a, okay, we're going to put you here, but I need you to get this information to us so that we can put it on our file for insurance and whatever, and whatever. I just need you to do that. I was not taken seriously. And I probably never will be here, so. But now I'm angry and I want to stick around and see if I can be. And this is probably very stupid, but between you and me, I am kind of using this whole like new romance bubbling thing as sort of a like, okay, Omega, this is your last chance. Either this is like worth the time that I'm staying here, because I'm literally staying here just to spend time with him, or if he's not interested, bye. Thank you, everybody. You have my phone number. We can hang. Happy to continue giving you Akashic Record readings. Sure. But yeah, so that's where I am, hanging on by a romantic thread. That's how I feel to this place right now. Y'all are lucky to have me. You're lucky to have us. You just are. I know my fucking value. Y'all don't seem to. I'm not worth making an accommodation for the world's cutest fucking dog. If you don't believe me, look at some of my videos from like before Omega. Mabel's on my lap for a lot of them. She's fucking sweet and cute. Barky, a little annoying, but that's because I trained her to be. For me, she is not in general. She is when I am in needing it. And my back is to her. Not to mention, I've already been doing training to get her properly trained in other ways too. You don't need to hear about all that. It's irrelevant. I'm very full of I'm fucking done. Y'all are lucky there's a really sweet guy who has been hanging out with me, because if that wasn't the case, I would already be gone. I already said that. I don't need to keep repeating myself. I'm just letting the energy settle for a minute. And I'm being really irresponsible with my laundry. This is the first time I've been irresponsible with my laundry, so I am literally going to take care of that now and stop being a bad member of this community. All right. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. You don't need to do anything on my behalf. I just needed to get the rage out, and I do feel much better. And if anyone in PNC ever actually watches this video, I'm sure you're a lovely person. I would do a better job than you. Just saying. All right, thank you so much. Love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.